Valtteri Bottas has hinted Lewis Hamilton won't retire because he always wants more out of himself and the team around him. Talk of the Brit potentially quitting F1 has arisen in the time since his defeat to Max Verstappen in Abu Dhabi. The 36-year-old's silence, certainly, has done little to quell the speculation. Hamilton had won 4 F1 titles in a row before the race in Abu Dhabi earlier this month. The Brit appeared to be on the cusp of yet another triumph in the Middle East, having led for the majority of the race. However, after an incident with the safety car, the Mercedes star ended up missing out on the prize to Red Bull's Verstappen. After the race, Hamilton fueled retirement talk by saying, "We'll see about next year." Since then, talk of the Brit potentially walking away from the sport, after such a glittering year, has gained momentum. But Bottas, speaking before Formula One's final race in Abu Dhabi, hinted that Hamilton has far more to give and is hungry for more success. With Lewis, what has been really impressive is that every year he's still able to develop as a driver, he said. He's got such a big experience of Formula One, but still he's been able to learn more, and for sure I've developed myself as a driver, but so has Lewis. It doesn't come automatically, he works for it because he knows the competition is getting tougher and tougher. I've definitively learned many things from him during these 5 years, driving-wise, setup-wise, lots of small things here and there. It's been impressive to see him still develop and not get too comfortable. He always wants more out of himself and the team around him. It's been the same thing every year, he keeps getting better. Bottas also opened up on failing to win the F1 Drivers' Championship during his time with Mercedes, conceding to it just didn't happen for him. Obviously, when I joined the team in 2017, the only thing on my mind was to win the championship, but that didn't happen, he continued. But I need to look at the positives. I've grown so much as a driver and as human being. I learned a lot with this team and we actually achieved pretty cool things together, so there are many positives to take. Verstappen was asked about Hamilton possibly retiring after beating the Silver Arrows star to glory. And he made it clear that, despite their ferocious rivalry, he wanted the Stevenage-born racer to continue in the sport. "I can understand being unhappy about what happened after the first few days," he said. "But you also understand that this is racing and these things sometimes happen. I think it even happened to him before, in 2008, so I think he knows that. I think Lewis should just look at what he has achieved," said the Dutchman. "That should comfort him and encourage him to keep going, because he can still fight for the 8th title again next year. So I see no reason for him to give up or stop now." Mercedes chief Toto Wolff, meanwhile, compared Verstappen's win over Hamilton to Diego Maradona's infamous "Hand of God" against England at the 1986 World Cup. "It is definitely on a par with the Hand of God by Diego Maradona or the Wembley goal of 1966, he told Bild newspaper. "My heart and soul still cry with every pore. When the principles of sport are disregarded and the stopwatch is no longer worth anything, one begins to question whether all the work, blood, sweat and tears are worth it."